Let's go focus on facts or facts, and we'll look more into this electric vehicle conversation. They have surpassed a few milestones this year. Globally, more than half of car buyers say that they're actually interested in maybe switching to an EV.
Yeah.
This is according to a survey released earlier this summer by EY Global. Italy, China, and South Korea being the countries where drivers are most interested. But here in the U.S., we've seen a small milestone of our own, and that is more than 5% of all new car sales are now electric vehicles.
All right, so here to talk to us about why that 5% mark is such a big deal is Greg Morrison from Bumper2Bumpertv. So good to see you.
An honor to be here.
See you in person.
Face to face.
I know, not on a screen anymore. So first, let's start off with this 5% mark, this so-called tipping point. I had no idea what that meant.
A couple of things are happening in the industry. Every automaker, every OEM is coming out with an electric vehicle of some sort. In fact, Rolls-Royce today released images of the new Spectre, a fully electric Rolls-Royce.
Wow.
Bentley's going fully electric by 2030. So when you have that coming along, then you look at California, which sort of leads the nation. 15% of the new car registrations in California last year were electric, battery electric vehicles. 15%.
Wow.
People, as your survey points out, are very interested in electric because the volatile price of gasoline and petroleum-based fuels. The other thing is you can plug it in at home and you're good to go.
Yep.
In fact, right here in this building, there's some electric charging stations.
Yes.
So we're also looking at the quality of our air that we all have to breathe. You've heard me say this before. And at some point, we have to decide what's more important, the thrill of acceleration and hearing that rumble, or do we want to have clean air for our children?
I'm sure they could fake the rumble on an EV car if they want.
Stellantis is doing that.
See?
They were the last major American car maker to actually embrace electrification, and they're talking about a version of the the Charger in 2 years that will have an augmented sound.
That's so weird.
Is that crazy or what?
So
It's good.
They're going to have to put a motion sensor in there so when you push the button, it kind of rumbles you like it would normally
and it creates the sound.
What is the tipping point? What does this 5% thing mean exactly?
The 5% is that point where the industry realizes we've got to meet this market. For example, we have LG, Samsung, and other companies building independent battery plants in the U.S. We have manufacturers like Ford, General Motors talking about building their own battery plants. In a few years, we're going to have a battery plant set up in North Carolina, not far from Raleigh, for Toyota to build batteries for EVs going forward. A few miles down the road from them, there's a company called VinFast out of Vietnam that builds electric cars. They're building an entire assembly plant, including a battery plant, in North Carolina.
Really?
Who would have thunk it?
We're all going in that direction.
Seems like they're making the demand.
One of the things I'm curious about is, you get a group of individuals, and no one likes change, let's be honest, okay? No one likes change, it's tough, but you could tell there have been some hurdles when it comes to electric vehicle
You should have been around when they first put catalytic converters on cars. The complaints was not a pretty picture.
Right, or that DEF when it comes to diesel truck drivers. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But what I want to know is, why didn't we go gasoline, hybrid, electric? Why are we just jumping to electric?
The hybrid technology has been available to the general public since probably 1999, 2000.
Yeah, but we only have so many options when it comes to the hybrid.
Well, actually, we have a couple of options. We've got a regular hybrid, then we have what's called a plug-in hybrid. The difference is a plug-in hybrid, you plug it in, you run on full electric for 25, 30 miles, and then it switches over to gasoline and the hybrid technology where it recharges the battery. And then battery electric. The big challenge with battery electric is developing the battery technology so that it's affordable, something you raised earlier. Also, the weight issue, because these batteries are somewhat heavy. The new technology is coming along that the batteries will be lighter. They will be much more efficient. They'll have much more range. One of the challenges of going fully electric is range anxiety.
Yes.
Nobody wants to be in vehicles that, I'm running out of power and I'm on the expressway, and what am I going to do? We're at a point now where we have EVs that are having a 300-mile range standard. Some of the trucks that are coming out will have a 400-mile range on pure electric. Now, that's not towing anything. You tow something like, same with the gasoline engine, you lose range. But it's getting there. And the fact that companies like General Motors, Ford, Stellantis, Hyundai, Honda, all are investing in. In fact, the other day it was announced that Honda is going to build electric vehicles in this country. And guess who they're partnering with?
Who?
Sony.
Sony?
Electronics?
Electronics.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
So
It's going to be a real
So
shift.
interesting. Yeah, I know.
And just this morning, Cadillac revealed plans for a $300,000 super luxury electric vehicle called the Celestiq.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, $300,000 is not quite in my budget this year.
No.
It may be in yours, but not mine.
No, it's not in my budget.
You said California's at 15%. They're going to be no longer selling new gas vehicles by 2035. I mean, obviously, they got to go to 100% by 2035.
Yeah, that is happening. And with California leading the charge, you'll have several states out on the West Coast.
There.
Leading the charge.
Boom, boom. You'll have several states on the West Coast will follow that lead. And then you have what's called the Smile states along the Southeast that are taking a look at it. And then you're going to have the New York and the New England group that are going to saying, we've got to do something. And the reality of it is we can do it, but we also have to get infrastructure in place so that it's not uncommon to see a charging station. DC fast charging has to get to the point that it is comparable with traditional pumping gasoline in terms of speed and convenience.
Right, fast chargers.
And then off we go.
Oh. Good stuff, Greg Morrison.
To the moon.
Yes, to the moon we go. Hey,
Seriously,
maybe one day
maybe
we won't
one
need
day.
all that jet fuel.
Thank you so much.
Bumper to Bumper TV, we certainly appreciate you coming on and letting us know what's happening in the EV world, because there's always just so much. I feel like every day there's something new to learn about.
Question is, how much longer will we be here until it's like no more gasoline at all and it's all just
I think
electric?
it'll be in our
lifetime?
Yeah, I think so.